On the Spurs Forum, the KDK, which is one of the forums I post a lot of my views on. There, we talk, I'll leave you out. One of the guys, this is quite interesting thing. Apparently, he was saying when I was on Jordan Rhodes. I got to give credit to AVB's mate, best mate. I actually was thinking, what? I had to check news now just to find out. But Spurs.uk, check it out. It's one of the best message boards. We are irreverent. We're nothing like Spurs Community or any of the other ones, but you know what? We have a laugh, and it's a great message board. In terms of what I think we need to do, yeah, I think Moutinho. I think it's a real, like I said, it's like a Mexican standoff. Everyone's, I mean, let's face it, Chelsea. I mean, Man City signed Rodwell, but they're not signing the players that they want yet. Because they haven't got rid of Adebayor, who's like a massive drain on their thing, on their contracts. Is FFP going to happen? I don't know. The reason I say that is essentially EU law managed to break, the old Bosman or the four foreign rules that you can play in like club competition, and I don't care how powerful Blatter or Platini think they are, you cannot fuck with the EU, so FFP I don't see happening anytime too soon. Because I think it's just illegal. You can't tell any business how much it can spend on its competition, and I think it will be challenged. Is it to our detriment? Yes, I think it is. But we saw that of Chelsea, we saw that of Man U. We see that of a lot of clubs. Money does spoil the game a lot. But if you've got it, I can understand Man City fans being actually happy. I remember, was it Noel Gallagher who? It was really funny when they showed Wonderwall on the Olympics, and my mate Pam said, "Oh, Oasis are reunited." I'm like, "No, sweetie pea, just have a look. There's someone missing." But I'm saying, he was really happy about them, being taken over the Abu Dhabi. Every time any of the Man United players fill up their tank, fill up with petrol, that's more money for my club. And he was right, And Abu Dhabi with all that oil money. I mean, I think Saudi Arabia. I mean, I'd love some rich Saudi guy to sign us, or some rich, I don't know, Kuwaiti or Qatari to sign us. Buy us up. That ain't happening, people. The Qataris have shown their hand. I mean, look, Paris Saint-Germain still didn't win the title last season. What do? They go out and sign Thiago Silva and Ibrahimovic. Spending God knows how much cash on those guys. We can't compete with that. Let's not try it. Sigurdsson, I think, was a great signing. I think it's indicative of the signings that we have to make. I remember watching. Was it 2007, 2008 kind of the Premier League, I think, and football years, something on Sky, and they showed like Portsmouth, Blackburn, West Ham, all in the top 10. We were I think this is when we were at the bottom or something, and I think that I think this is in the Yol era, but we were near the bottom at the time. I think that's indicative, really, of where we how much football can change. All this money was there, and suddenly, bam, it's gets cut off. You don't want to rely on a donor. And that's something that you want to be able to generate your own cash. Much as it's great to have things from outside empower you and generate it's the money you generate within yourself, that goodwill you generate within yourself. That's what powers the club, and that's what's self-sustaining, I think. And I think, if anything, FFP won't kill these rich benefactors, but what would kill it is, say someone said, you know what, we're going to block it on the grounds that we think there's money laundering or some shit going on. Your money's blocked. You can't use this money to funnel in. That'll kill Man City straight away. That would, I think Lee's been very, very smart. Yes, he's made mistakes. Bentley for 15 million, yeah, huge mistake. But yes, he took advice. That's what you do. You hire, if you hire someone, like Kamoli, and Kamoli says, this is the guy I think we should go for. Then what's the point? You either listen to him or you either listen to him or you might as well fire him. In the end, I'm not, you're not listening anymore. I'm firing you. And let's look at it. Let's look at the rash buys that, say, Liverpool made 35 million for Andy Carroll. Now, Andy Carroll's a good player, but 35 million, he had half a season in the Premiership. So 15 million would have been a decent price. 20 million, 25, then you're pushing it. But, because he's English and all that. That's why you spend a lot of money. Obviously, that's why they spent 20 million on Jordan Henderson. The transfer market has been inflated. It's hard to find value. I can't blame the Spurs chairman for doing that. And then yes, he's under orders. Probably, I mean, let's face it. Joe Lewis apparently was instrumental in getting, and signing Harry Redknapp would not be continuing as Spurs manager. And obviously, with him, he answers to Joe Lewis, and yes, he has 10%, but Joe Lewis owns a lot more than that. And you listen to your boss. It is brinksmanship, and it would be sad that I wouldn't want us to lose Newcastle, but you know what? They're away, they're at home. Sorry, but they haven't really spent anyone in either. Yes, they signed Cisse, who I think is a good player, but to the detriment of Barr, who's one of their best players. And Barr, there's a reason why Stoke didn't sign him, because of his knees. What if his knees go again? Then it's Cisse. It's so complex, and it's not a football manager where you can cheat or you keep throwing money at it. It doesn't work that way. This is the real world, people. Spurs fans, please, I beg you, be patient. Where do I think we'll end up? I think we can end up fourth. I think it'll be Man City, Man U, Chelsea. The reason I think Arsenal may finish outside the top four, could be because of Van Persie. I mean, look, Podolski's a good player, but Bayern Munich thought that, and they signed him from, I think it was from, was it Mainz? He went to Bayern Munich. He can do it, And yes, he went to, was it Mainz or Cologne? Sorry, and he went to Cologne, did all right, but he's never been an incredible goal scorer. If he was the incredible goal scorer that everyone thinks he is, he'd be starting up front for the Germans. He doesn't. He's not, and he isn't. It just boils down to that. Giroud's a good player, but there's a reason why he wasn't starting for France. Van Persie is an extremely amazing player, and all right, he didn't have a great season with time with Holland, but let's face it, Holland had a terrible Euros. But he did score against Germany. I think it went, and that says, the way I look at it, Van Persie's a very hard player to replace. They still haven't replaced Fabregas. Wilshere, he could be out for a long, long time, and he's had some serious injury problems. And that's why I think we can finish fourth. If you hear rumbling, that is my stomach. I'm fasting, and that's why my stomach is rumbling. I still think, knock on wood, we can finish fourth. I really do. Liverpool, have they signed some good players? Yeah, Barini and Joe Allen, but apart from that, can you see them finishing above us? Not really. I don't think they. Suarez is a very good player, but we've seen Suarez against us. We basically bashed Liverpool twice. God knows how many times. So I need our Spurs fans to keep the faith. If we do play 4-2-3-1, who's to say that Hudson Sandro can't make a good pairing? Who knows? Hudson's passing could release the foe. He wasn't able to. He wasn't obviously there in America. Couldn't get into the system, but Defoe's a good player. I wouldn't knock him. Honestly, I think our starting level will be a 4-2-3-1 of Friedel in goal, Cab and Vertonghen, Benny and Carl Walker on the flanks, Sandro and Hudson in the middle, in the three. Either Van der Vaart, I'm not sure. I think it'll be Van der Vaart, Lennon and Bale, hopefully playing in their right wing, as in one on the wing, both on their respective wing, because they are crossing wingers. They're not shooting wingers, they're crossing wingers. Inverse wingers only work if they're shooting wingers, and neither are. And the far front, and that's not going to be terrible. I think, and hopefully in between now and the end of the transfer window, we can sign, say, Burbs, which I know will make Miss P happy, and say Adebayor. And hopefully we'll sort out this Modric situation, and then hopefully, with 3 games in, we won't be playing Man City or Man United in the first few weeks of the season. Hopefully we can get some points on the board, scores on the doors, as they say. Anyway, please click on the ad links, and as always, come on you Spurs.